Good morning, friends. Good afternoon, good evening. Wonderful to join again together in our group garden this Aquarius full moon, Aquarius Leo full moon. As we do each time we meet, we just take a moment to step aside from all the busyness of our lives, of the world story, of our heads. And we settle in together into this shared space of sanctuary and hospitality and connection. I want to share with you today a poem that came my way this week. It's by Wendell Berry, American poet, and the title is I Go Among Trees. I go among trees and sit still. All my stirring becomes quiet around me like circles on water. My tasks lie in their places where I left them, asleep like cattle. Then what is afraid of me comes and lives a while in my sight. What it fears in me leaves me, and the fear of me leaves it. It sings, and I hear its song. Then what I am afraid of comes. I live for a while in its sight. What I fear in it leaves it, and the fear of it leaves me. It sings, and I hear its song. After days of labor, mute in my consternations, I hear my song at last, and I sing it. As we sing, the day turns, the trees move. May we be blessed as we work together today. Thank you. Daniela.
Thank you, Claire, and thank you, friends, for joining us today. Today we meet very close to the exact time of the full moon, and so the energy are very strongly present in our circle. And so we, as always, when we meet in this groupal circle, we align with qualities of each astrological sign, learning to recognize those qualities, and through that expanding our group capacity to work as a white magician. Month after month, we collect our inner recognitions of qualities of each sign, and thus practice esoteric astrology, which is said to be the in the center of the new dispensation that is coming. it comes with recognition of energies and the flow of energies. And in that sense, Aquarius, which we are aligned with today, teaches us exactly that. Recognize the flow and to stand in the mid of that flow. As always, we start with looking back into the qualities of the previous month before we go forward. And so Daniela will bring us her technical magic and will activate a time machine for us when we stood last month as a group perceiving synthetic qualities of Capricorn. So, Daniela, please do your magic for us. You're muted. I believe you need to be unmuted.
Let's hear it. Hope I'm a good DJ.
The word fulfillment, 3 words, a triplicity, full, fill, and a nod to the past, meant, fulfillment of the promise of service. We fill the chalice. We achieve the goal. We can turn in Aquarius with the water of life.
Radiance.
Magnetic unification through light.
With optimistic trust and courage, we illuminate our every thought, word, and action as we serve humanity and all of Earth's kingdoms with committed intention to bring us all into the space, the beautiful garden of collective enlightenment, freedom, and joy.
Divine progress. Conscious presence.
Love in service.
Through light of initiation, ability to work with karma.
A completed point of view.
To walk and serve with tenderness, to hold dear.
So that was the synthetic group impression of quality of Capricorn. And so now let us turn our group focus towards the energy of Aquarius. And as we prepare for that, as always, Katya will share a few impressions of the energy of Aquarius of this moment.
There is a great connection between Capricorn and Aquarius. They're connected through Saturn, which used to be a ruler of Aquarius and one of the rulers of the decanates. So we are governed at the moment through this amazing energy that allows us to see that what we need to heal. And as we stand in this flow of Aquarian energy, we can use it, and we can see this as a year cycle from Aquarius 2024, essentially, to Aquarius of 2025. Because our astrological year is shifted. It's so when we see this Aquarian flow through the year, we can precipitate it in our service, which Aquarius is about. It's many things. It's air sign. It's the flow of energy of service and brotherhood. And this year, and this full moon, it's marked by an interesting tower square.
T-square.
T-square. Because on this line between the sun and the moon and Mercury joining the sun, there is a square of Uranus, and it affects deeply this period. It allows us the level of renewal that is rare, because it's also combined with Saturn progressing towards Aries. When joined by Neptune, they will step into first degree of Aquarius, of Aries. And that will be a moment of creation of the new. So between now and that moment, we have this flow of energy, expanding, healing, cleansing, allowing us to see that new, see the karma that we're dealing with, the labors of Hercules, talking about it, the remnants of something that used to be part of life and then became something that becomes toxic if you're not addressing it. My Saturn actually is in Aquarius, so I feel it deeply. This stimulation of Uranian presence, it makes things crystal clear that you either go with the new or you're going to be staying and decaying with the old. That doesn't serve anymore. It's group consciousness. It is the great line, Leo Aquarius, big part of the fixed cross. That's the presence of the energy of the heart. Although through Jupiter, it's like we can renew our sensitivity of the heart, connecting it with the greater heart, with the sacred heart. So we are in the moment of movement. And as Sasha said, the flow of Aquarian energy that we can use very practically. Cleanse, renew, and bring in those two flows of life and love to help humanity, to support the new group, and to start foreseeing this future, preparing to the high holidays, high inflow of 2025. So we see the year flooded with energy of Aquarius. We see our service irradiated with it, flowing forward from the higher planes through us, through the group, into lower kingdoms, holding them in the light of Aquarius. Integrity, transparency, love, healing, renewal. And through the group heart center, we begin our work.
You want me to start? Okay. So we come to this part of our monthly gathering ritual. Welcome. I'm very glad to be here as well. And for some reason, my heart is pumping, and there is this sense of very highly vibrating energies, and it feels like we are celebrating, like a party, but spiritual. So let's start with our candle lighting. So as always, we say our name, where we are calling from, and quality that resonates the most, Aquarian quality that resonates the most at this point in time. I'm Daniela, calling in from Brussels. I'm lighting this light for the coming of the greater light into this world. And this time there are many qualities that come into my mind, so I'm choosing only two to share, put into our group chalice, which is freedom and companionship. Freedom and companionship. And I'm calling on to Kati to come into circle and share.
Thank you very much, and aloha. I'm calling from Hawaii, and I have an Aquarius sun sign, so I really enjoy this even more. The qualities, thank you for this beautiful presentation. My heart is so engaged and just full of wonderful light and love. I call on transparency and impeccability or integrity. And I light this light to add to the light. And I call Tomas.
Okay, thank you. I'm Tomas. Thank you very much. I'm happy to be connected from the Czech Republic. And so the qualities I would like to invoke are flow of one life, which and for one service. And again, thank you very much. I'm happy to be here with you. And I'm calling Claire.
Hi everyone, I'm Claire from New Zealand, South Island of New Zealand. And yes, it's a real joy to be with you all today. I am going to light my candle, and the qualities of Aquarius that I would like to place in our group chalice are collaboration and divine inspiration and innovation. Thank you. And I will pass the light on to Andrea.
Hello, everyone. I am Andrea, and I'm calling from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I am using my creative imagination to light my candle because I have no flame today. It burns bright. And the Aquarian quality that I'd like to add is the Christed heart of compassion flowing within the joys and sorrows of humanity. And I will call on Joe.
Oh, deep gratitude to all of you. And I am here today in very cold Minnesota, and looking forward to going back to the trees in the forests on the West Coast very soon. And I light today in the spirit of the protective formula. As a soul, I work in light, and darkness cannot touch me. I take my stand within the light, I work, and from that point, I never move. And the transition from Capricorn to Aquarius was very profound in that, and it has to do with my personal astrology, as well as the work and the point I am in life. And it has been coming into me so much that I am in that generation where we are moving to the point where we need to begin to assume what we will be doing on the other side of the veil. And so all of my work, I tend to direct that way. And all that you give and contribute is assisting me in building that capacity that I hope I will be able to bring forward as the Aquarian age unfolds. So the qualities that come through to me or have are this transition to compassionate selflessness and utter harmlessness in all and every moment. And I so appreciate the light that you all contribute to our ability to do that together. Gratitude. And I will ask Jillian.
Thank you, Joe. First of all, apologies for not using the camera. But I'll light my candle and do it with sound effects today. Right, that's done. And what I would like to put in is group brotherhood in service. And I will call on Annetta. Thank you.
Thank you for that. I'm lighting my candle. And my keywords for Aquarius is for me freedom and flow. And I'm calling in Judy.
Thank you, Annetta. Light my candle. For me, the qualities of Aquarius that come to mind are certainly brotherhood and group, but also that cleansing that needs to happen. So cleansing for the new and group brotherhood. And I will call on Katya.
Thank you, Judy. Katja Kaufman, New York. I didn't mention the quality of Aquarius that it rules the circulation. Essentially in our body, it's blood circulation. It's something that quality of blood that cleanses, nurtures, cleanses at the same time. And to me, it's the symbol of the energy of synthesis, really. It's yeah, connection, that the principle of true brotherhood, of oneness. And so, over to you, Sash.
My name is Alexander, and at the end of this circle, so it's our ritual of linking. Oh yeah, we forgot. So we've lighting the light candle. So this is our ritual of connecting with the light and love, and prepares us for our work. Somehow this month and this Aquarius this year really feels special. And I know we often say that every time we come into the full moon, and it's every time it's so special, but somehow because it's 2025 probably, the qualities of Aquarius have this quintessential energy, quintessential meaning of this year. And for me, those comes in this this two rivers of life and river of love that Hercules directed to clean the ocean stables. And I feel that it's a mystery that we are called to enact this year. Not mystically, but very practically. Invoking the river of life, which comes from the source of life, Shambhala, and river of love coming from hierarchy, and very practical work that we do, invoking those two rivers of love, directing them to humanity. And it feels like this full moon, we actually begin our labor for this year.
Yeah.
So I believe we went through, everyone shared. So this is ritual prepared us now for our meditation. And so let us turn off our videos, and there will be a musical interlude that will prepare us. And just as a reminder, the meditation we do is an adaptation of meditation given by Decay in, I cannot find it right away, the adaptation of meditation from Dinah to page 142, 148. We stand together as a group, linked with love of our hearts and light of our minds. We visualize the group heart center. Together we stand. We polarize consciously upon the group mental plane, tuning out all lower vibrations and reactions. We stand in the center of the focused group thought. We visualize the group rainbow bridge, relating us to the spiritual hierarchy of the planet. Through an act of will, via the Antakarana, we orient ourselves toward the great ashram of Christ. We recognize us as a group standing on the periphery of the great ashram, together with the elders of the planet. We avail ourselves to the energy of will emanating from Shambhala. We open our group consciousness to the extra-systemic energies emanating from the sign of Aquarius. As a group, we tune in the qualities of Aquarius. We hold reflective meditation, focusing on the qualities of Aquarius in our life as individual disciples, in our group life, and in the life of our planet. We hold the silence for 7 minutes, endeavoring to extract the equality and life aspect that comes with energy of Aquarius. Sound Om and wait silently, holding the mind steady. This is the pause of reception. Express in your own words the highest truth of quality of Aquarius. Relate that quality to the present world opportunity, thus universalizing the concept, seeing its relationship to world affairs, its usefulness, and spiritual value to humanity as a whole. Write down your impressions. Sound Om with the intent of refocusing on the mental plane. Choose an idea that the Aquarian quality has evoked for you. Study that idea in connection with yourself, the disciple, active in service and the master's work, but not in connection with personality. Make that idea practical, enabling it to qualify and enrich your life. Sound the Om with the intent of making the sensed idea a part of your very nature. We are now preparing to share our impressions. We know that as disciple, we have realized that the knowledge of truth and the reception of ideas lays on us the responsibility to be transmitted to others. We are preparing now to share. And as the music plays, we remember that each of us perceives a part of the wider vision and thereby contributes to the seeding of the divine plan. When you're ready to share, please unmute yourself.
I can begin. As we think about ourselves as servers of the divine plan in Aquarius, I have found that the concept of expectancy has been something that I've been holding and giving a lot of thought to. And in that, recognizing the importance to hold one's intention in a receptive stillness of trust. And I found that I've been giving increasing focus on my breath in my practice. And in doing so, we become aware of sort of the synchronicity that is occurring in the collective breath within the wholeness of consciousness. And this has brought a level of silence that sort of creates an assurance which allows us to remain sort of patiently open to the unknown. And in looking more into this, I found that the Tibetan speaks of spiritual poise, but also of something called serene expectancy. And I think that as servers, practicing serene expectancy, which brings sort of a calm conviction and a patient readiness into our conscious awareness, is a really important part of our purpose. It is about receiving into a loving heart and an open mind all that is being given to us.
Breathing into your thoughts, let us breathe in on the winds of this serene spiritual expectancy that we're breathing in now and bringing into the environments in which we find others and see in a vision the qualities of Aquarius, this true brotherhood, vitalizing these environments and the circulation of life-giving ideas and qualities coming into the entire system as we are increasingly aware of our communion, our absorption into that greater. And then on the out-breath, we can hold that triangle that Master DK gives us, the eye of God, the eye of vision, and the eye that knows the highest, the point of reception is Shiva, the first person, that destroyer, the power through that directed gaze to flow outward to the created whole and to eliminate, to cleanse, to destroy those hindrances. And then from that point of the I envision the soul, the new group of world servers, as we know, is that Ajna center governed by the sign of Aquarius, the brain cells of humanity in that soul that can then on the out breath transmute that flow of power to eliminate hindrances and to consciously observe what can imbue this transmuting flow to cleanse and purify the thoughts that stream into the body of humanity in all of our projects. So brotherhood and sisterhood becomes the true, pure collaboration that it should be. And with the spiritual will, we embody compassionate, selfless, harmless cooperation. We've become together the vessel of these transformative emerging ideas. And we live as that third point, the I that knows. The K says this is a disciple. So we respond to the spiritual will and we grow in sensitive response together. And this garden that we nurture and bring this great water of life, this vision, it is as fluid then as the sea in group cooperative efforts. And it's infusing all of our thoughts as practical expressions of that great ashram of synthesis, issuing that great synthetic ray of love wisdom into the system and into the ray of manifesting synthesis that is coming in, the forms and processes that will guide humanity with purity of motive, always inspired by the loving hearts gathered in our garden. And we have, and we will continue, and it will expand. These seeds can be planted in the coming festivals. So as we look toward Pisces, we can gather within ourselves and then breathe in from those purified airs of the garden out to the field of cooperative engagement as disciples, sharing and contemplating together the subtle energies that we receive in our work together, and bring that into active group efforts to realize the vision of the Aquarian age as it unfolds before us. It's not easy, but we can do this unification of the various groups because we hold this huge protected dome of circulating subtle energies. We're protecting the efforts, bringing peace and freedom to all beings, because we hold that highest dome of light, connecting all the workers, all the kingdoms harmonizing under the impulse of the incoming fourth ray, this calm conviction, the serene awareness, opening our minds to the higher, but yet bringing it down in very practical ways and demonstrating in everything that we do together and breathing it out into our own environments.
Vibrant but compassionate group service for good as we move into the new age.
For me, it was a vision that was very electric. There were deep fissures, and there was this molten golden light that ran through every crack. And it was like I was standing there watching fusion happen. And so all the pieces that were cracked in separate parts became a greater whole. And as this electric light just seeped through, there was somehow an instant knowing. And I'm not even sure what that knowing was, but there was that quickening and that understanding. There was radiation. I can't even say where it was going, but it was moving so fast and it was so electric, and it was bringing things together.
During the meditation, I was reminded about this shamanic healing process. So shamans do what they do to clean the dross, to do away with the unwanted energies. And then comes equally important part of the process where light is invoked to take the place, the space, empty space left by the healing process itself. And so I'm thinking about the cleansing waters of Aquarius. I'm curious to discover what will take the place of all this trust that is going away. So I'm left with curiosity and wonder as to how all these qualities of brotherhood, of freedom, of collaboration, and many others, how will they really manifest once these qualities will be able to take the place of everything that is going away now? Curiosity and wonder.
A deep and joyful invitation to remember to actively invoke the assistance of our subtle helpers, our divine collaborators, day by day, moment by moment, in our activity and in our repose, so that their guidance leads us to loving resourcefulness, clarity, and wise, innovative problem solving for the good of all.
The need for freedom of choice.
Quality of Aquarius that I could identify is the understanding and recognition of the law of cycles. Or maybe understanding is it's a high call, but recognition and learning to work with that cyclic nature of any energy flow. There was an image of this tide, ocean tide waters coming to shore and flooding everything. And yet there is a beacon, lighthouse on the shore, stands on own place, steady and focused and rhythmic, and again cyclic in its sounding the note of direction, pulsating the light. And in a way, that lighthouse, that beacon, is that what we as disciples, that's the function we have. To be connected with the true sense of direction, knowing and recognizing the guiding principles. In accordance with our understanding of those guiding principles, we sound our note. And stand steady. And another recognition in relations to this quality of cyclic nature of Aquarius. I'm still under deep impression after our creative lab session this last Tuesday, when Judy presented on behalf of the UN meditation group. And for me, that was a sound of that originating principle of the UN, the sound that was expressed through this new world architecture that the leaders of that time signed into that. And knowing the esoteric context of events in the world at that time, we know that that was the impulse of the avatar of synthesis, that that was the impulse of the lords of liberation, that humanity could recognize and respond to that. And what we're observing now in the world, it seems like all these ideals that's been motivating us all our lives, seems like fading away. But in reality, it's important to remember that it's the note that didn't go anywhere. That note of the sound of synthesis, it's still there. It's just the cyclic nature of this great human tides, of this swing of history, of this that pushes the forces of inertia, that pushes humanity backwards. It's there, but it's just recognition that in a way, this 70, 80 years, it was like a preview of what is the great future will be. But now as we going back to this primitive, more primitive side of our human nature, we know the path that is ahead of us, that we collectively, we humanity, we have to walk. That's the path that we collectively to trespass and to achieve. So it's important for us as we stand as those lighthouses of connected with the founding impulse, not founding impulse, not the right word. It's this originating impulse of light that came last century. To know that a lot of work ahead of us to make that impulse reality, and that's the path. That's the work that together we'll have to do.
So, this Aquarian quality service was related to the etheric plane for me. That is a conduit for the energy of the soul to come in. And so this capacity to raise the dead body of humanity, that is anchored in Gemini. Fortified in Libra, and presented as a possible practical action in Aquarius. This element of air that allows everything to be vitalized. I don't remember from where it is, when Tibet says that all elements, water and earth and fire, all require the living air, the livingness of air. So this livingness, the water of life, that's being poured forth to thirsty man. This is something that vitalizes us, and so far we as humanity live at the constant effort and sacrificial livingness of animal kingdom, plant kingdom, vegetable kingdom, and mineral kingdom. That's we draw on their vitality. So in Aquarius we can use the synthetic qualities of oneness by bringing in the energy, the etheric, like filling our etheric body with a high energy so we can live through that. So vitality comes through this flow and can be shared rather than extracted. So our livingness can be strengthened. And it is the, I think, the purpose, the main purpose of our service. And being etherically alive. Maybe it sounds strange, but for lack of
Vibrant.
no, it's life, vibrant. No, like radiating a field with, and radiating forward, exchanging with others. That is this oneness and this freedom of being that conduit, group conduit, group principle. Yeah, that's to me this Aquarian quality that can be a practical application in our daily life. Just to realize when the flow is stuck, we know that this is our etheric body and that is not allowing the life to pass through us. There can be many reasons, but we know that because the life is not flowing. The amount of life is getting smaller. So that's the point when we know to turn and start going towards the increasing livingness. And increasing group life.
The lighthouse metaphor really captured for me what I was challenged to give voice to, and that is Aquarius is a fixed air sign. And that fixedness of the lighthouse with the turbulent flow around it and the sounding really galvanized all the essence of Aquarius for me. Thank you. Thank you for all the wisdom that you have expressed. It's so enriched my possibility of positioning for these times ahead.
If anyone else would like to share before we move to the next stage of our work, please. So let us now prepare to hold all that have been shared into the group chalice, invoking the energy of synthesis to help us to recognize and articulate the most resonant ideas, expressed as a word, a phrase, or a sentence. So let us invoke energy of synthesis, and while music plays, hold the group chalice high into the energies of Aquarius. When we are ready, when you're ready, please unmute your microphone and offer a synthetic note of Aquarian energy as we perceive it as a group.
Standing in the trust of serene expectancy, let us be Christed, compassionate servers within the light of life abundant, and open our hearts to the notes of higher impress.
To be open and listen within.
True brotherhood in service.
Opening our eyes to the true vision, this recognition, again, cognition, knowing, the wise innovative problem solving for the good of all that we find every day in our surroundings.
Selfless conduit.
Joyous expectancy.
Light workers moving where needed.
The brotherhood of light workers, we stand steady, rhythmically sounding the note of liberation.
Purity of motive, vibrant fluidity.
Shared livingness and group service.
Group lighthouse.
We hold group chalice high, magnetized by the energies of the Aquarian festival. Using creative imagination and seeing ourselves as responsible transmitters doing the work of the ashram, we breathe out the ideas as formulated, live in thought form, into the great stream of mental substance, which is ever playing upon the human consciousness. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of men. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of men. May Christ return to earth. From the center where the will of God is known. Let purpose guide the little wills of men, the purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the race of men, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. O thou who gives the sustenance to the universe, from whom all things proceed, to whom all things return, unveil to us the face of the true spiritual sun, hidden by a disk of golden light, that we may know the truth and do our whole duty as we journey to thy sacred feet.
Friends, thank you for another rich and connecting gathering on a garden together. For all that you brought and for all that came through and that resides now in our group chalice. And with gratitude, we sing our way out of this shared space today. Much love. This is a very Aquarian piece by Van Morrison. We can turn our cameras on now so we can say goodbye. Thanks all.
Across the bridge where angels dwell. Across the bridge where angels. Across the bridge where angels dwell. Children play. Beyond the place where time is still. Beyond the place where time is, your eyes.